Welcome to UPSCpractice.com. Let's learn about the Pitt India Act. The East India Company Act or the EIC Act 1784, also known as Pitt India Act, was an act of the Parliament of Great Britain intended to address the shortcomings of the Regulating Act of 1773 by bringing the East India Company's rule in India under the control of the British government. Named for British Prime Minister William Pitt the Younger, the Act provided for the appointment of a Board of Control and provided for a joint government of British India by the Company and the Crown, with the government holding the ultimate authority. A 6-member Board of Control was set up for political activities and Court of Directors for financial or commercial activities. As the Regulating Act had many defects, it was necessary to pass another act to remove these defects. Let's take a look at what this bill was about. The Pitt India Act in 1784, also known as the East India Company Act, was passed in British Parliament to correct the defects of the previously signed Regulating Act in 1773. The Regulating Act in 1773 was an act of the Parliament of Great Britain that's purpose was to overhaul the management of the East India Company's rule in India. The act proved to not be a long-term solution. The Regulating Act set up a system where it supervised the work of the company but did not take power for itself. In 1781, both a selected and secret committee were set to go into the affairs of the company. The selected committee searched into the relations between the Supreme Court and the Council in Bengal, while the secret committee caused the Maratha War. The reports they presented were openly used as an arsenal for weapons against the company by party orators in Parliament. Pitt India Act established the system of dual control of India, and these changes continued through 1858. The company's territories in India were called the British Possession in India for the first time. The British government was given complete control over the company's affairs and its administration in India. In the dual system of control, the company was represented by the Court of Directors and the British government by the Board of Control. The Pitt India Act mandated that all civil and military officers disclose their property in India and Britain within 2 months of their joining. The Governor-General's Council's strength was reduced to 3 members. One of the 3 would be the Commander-in-Chief of the British Crown's Army in India. The Governor-General was given casting vote. The presidencies of Madras and Bombay became subordinate to the Bengal presidency. In effect, Calcutta became the capital of the British possessions in India. Once the Pitt India Act was signed in 1784, there was more government control under Prime Minister William Pitt. This new act created a committee of 6 government appointees, known as the Board of Control, who were appointed to monitor and direct the company's policies. Minister William Pitt became the youngest Prime Minister only at the age of 24. He was liked by many and was an amazing administrator who worked for efficiency and reform to bring together a new generation of amazing administrators. Pitt India Act brought important changes in the constitution of the company. It constituted a Department of State in England, also known as the Board of Control, whose purpose served to control the policy of the Court of Directors, introducing the dual system of government. It also placed the civil and military government of the company in due subordination to the government in England. The Pitt India Act had many perks, such as removing many of the faults that the Regulating Act in 1773 had. An example would be that it ended an injustice division of authority in India. By reducing the Governor-General Council's members to 3, it removed any chance of there being a tie, and the Governor-General would have the final say. The Act also settled the main lines of the company's home and Indian government. For example, the head of the board was first the Secretaries of State without a special salary, but after 1773, a special president of the board was appointed, and this officer was ultimately responsible for the government of British India until he was succeeded in 1858 by the Secretary of State for India. The Act also was very skillfully measured, bearing all the marks of a political compromise. However, the Pitt's India Act was considered a failure for several reasons. The first reason being that it became obvious that the margins between government control and the company's powers were hazy and personal. The Governor-General had to serve both the East India Company and the British Crown, which was set up for failure. The boundaries between the obligations of the Board of Control and the Court of Directors were unclear. The Governor-General also had to make many sporadic decisions that deemed unfair to whoever it wasn't in favor towards. Thank you for listening to this article on the Pitt's India Act. For more such articles, get the UPSC Practice app from the App Store.